even though it's wet right now, it's still February. Once about April comes and everything starts growing, uh, the water really doesn't stand here too long from April until about maybe November. But right now there's just nothing growing in terms of, you get the green grass is starting to grow back here in South Georgia, but the like the trees and all that stuff, there's just not enough stuff to soak it in. It takes a little longer back here to drain than it does like in the front of my yard right now. It's just this type of soil back here, and it's low. See right here, as you're coming from the house to about right here into here, it kind of stays. This is the last one of the last spots right here that drains. It ends up being that it's just takes a lot longer. So what I plan on doing, starting right here, is I'm going to build like a walkway, and I have it up, up enough. It's going to be about 8 foot wide, so it's going to be pretty wide for a walkway. It's going to come up here. Once it gets here, I'm going to either step it up and then continue it on, or I'll cut it off right here. But if I do either way, if I continue it on, I'm going to have a deck built right here, and then it's going to go over the water a little bit. So either that walkway will continue with the deck, or I'll have the deck separate. Then I'll also have this area right here just be a little bit, clean this up a little bit. I'll probably put some rock, like a border, 4x4 border, and then put some rock right here in between there, and then set the bench seat on there. May put some plant some planters around it and all that stuff. Gonna try to make it look pretty. So then I plan on over that side. Here, I'll show you real quick. I normally fill with my GoPro, so I'm sorry if the stabilization on this Samsung Galaxy Ultra, I think it's a 23, isn't that good. I don't really record on this that much, but since I had this back here, before I show you what I'm talking about on the plants, I'm thinking these two trees are both dead, but I'm not sure. When they were digging this pond, they both lost their leaves almost immediately compared to the other trees around the pond. If you look up there, a lot of these trees look broken. Different areas. That's because a tornado come through here about 4 or 5 years ago and broke off big chunks of everything. So, but these two trees, I want to say it did have a little green on them when the winter came, but from there I don't know. And I tend to see like woodpeckers and stuff go after the dead trees, and you could see right there the sawdust from different spots on this tree that it's coming in. So I'll be surprised if they do make it, and if they don't, may have to see about cutting them down, because I really don't want them to be shedding all in the pond. Alright, so I had this date palm for about, I want to say it's been close to 5 years, and I only bought it only had a couple leaves on it, got this big. Well, I say this big, it hadn't really gotten big at all, but you see that it's really about, the trunk is about this big, this wide, but it never grows. And where I moved it from part of the yard up there at the house, it stays wet a lot longer, similar to up that way right before the pond. Well, the ground here is raised now from the pond, and so I moved it back here. I don't know if it's going to help growing. I think when I dug this dirt, the dirt wasn't didn't have standing water in it or anything like that, so felt it was good, and I think it'll thrive for a little bit, but I'm not sure once it reaches the low area, once the roots reach there, will it just go back to what it was again. So I'm not sure about that, but I do want to plant, like I got some palmetto saws up front. I eventually want to plant some along here. I want to really, I want to plant a lot of stuff all along right here up against this area. I think I explained my last video, I'm not sure if I did or not, but all this is from that tornado. It had come through here and then straight that way. We're just missing our house, but I had somebody push all the dead trees that we could over this way, and right now it's just rotting slowly. As you can see back here, the water, I don't know if it's because of the pond buildup or whatever, but it is the winter down here in South Georgia, so it rains a good bit. And like I said, there's nothing really soaking in the water, but there's a swamp back there, and I think it's a little over full. So, and it just rained day before yesterday, 1.5 inches. So because before I had this pond put in, this walkway here usually stays dry, but in the winter it does get like this. So it's going to be interesting to see if this will dry up. But we're starting to see a lot more green coming up, especially around the pond. The grass grows like crazy back here. Lush, beautiful grass. It just loves this the soil being that wet. You can see the pollen over the pond right now. The pollen's pretty bad here right now. Obviously it's bad for everybody, I guess, around the nation whenever their spring comes. Even though it's not spring for us yet, it's technically, climate wise, we're having that spring type weather right now here in South Georgia, where the days get to about 75 to 80, nights dipping down to 40s and 50s. We may get here and there a couple more days of freeze, but it'll just be, you know, just below freezing. So our like cold snaps and chance of snow like we had a couple weeks ago are pretty much over. Anyways, just wanted to give a quick update on that. And like I said, I do have a lot of plans and stuff like that. Can't wait to see all this fill in with grass, and I do plan on having like a golf cart trail or any kind of vehicle trail through here, but the rest of it will be grass. You know, the trail will go all around, come up through there and come around all the way this way, all around the to the bench, or continue on that side over there. Yeah, so, and then if I can start building that walkway, that'd be kind of neat. I'd like to get something like that. Wouldn't mind even, you know, just some decoration. I'd like to get like one of those hand well pumps out here. And then I want to get some solar panels for an actual fountain, so I keep this aerated back here, you know, at least during the day where it's the hottest. Hear all the birds. I'm not sure how the this phone, you know, captures audio that well or not. But the birds are out today for sure this morning. Alright guys, well, I guess I'll go ahead and end this video real quick, and like I said, just want to give a quick update.